We're joined by Kieran and Stephen Thomas, who obviously accepted with Barbara the award for Tudor Thomas, the Tigers Family Award. What does this award mean to your family?
I think it's a nice recognition of the work Tudor, or our tired granddad, put into the club over the 40, 50, 60 years or so he was involved with the club. And for Barbara as well, who was always kind of by his side. She ran the shop and worked in the shop for many years of that as well.
I think knowing that every other person in that room was aware and knows who our granddad is, and Barbara as well, and knowing how big of figures they are around this place, it's very meaningful to us as family members for that to be passed down, and I'm just glad that we were here to be part of that and feel that recognition as well.
And what does the club mean to you guys? I mean, you spoke about coming along and playing on the pitch.
Yeah, well, we grew up. I mean, he founded Cosby Rugby Club as well. We grew up playing and kicking around and coming here as very young children before we found Leicester City Football Club as well. But no, it'll always have a dear place in our hearts. And coming on the first game of this season against Newcastle and experiencing the minute silence, that was overwhelming. Something that I don't think I'll ever feel again.
I've really fond memories of Tudor. He was a real character. Obviously I joined the club in 1997, and Tudor had fulfilled a lot of roles in the club before then. He was always around. He was always in the changing rooms pre-match. Certainly over the last few years we had a very good relationship, generally based on him winding me up and me winding him up. He would say very unflattering things about the Irish, and I would do the same about the Welsh. But a great man who gave everything to this club for a very long period of time, and Barbara was always here by his side as well, and I think Tudor always had probably the limelight, but Barbara was always just standing there and right beside him, and it was a really emotional evening because we obviously haven't seen Tudor since the last time we met up, and I suppose Gary quite eloquently put that into words, and it was very sad. Matt Smith touched on it beforehand. The club's lost a true legend, a person who cares and has given so much of his life to the club, and as a result he was rightly awarded the trophy, and I actually can't remember what the name of the trophy was, to be quite honest with you, but it's fitting that Barbara was there to take it with their grandsons who sort of I'd seen from a young age growing up.